Hello, my friends. Welcome to the Broom Closet and the Open Studio. I am Jenza of Brooms by Jenza and the head witch of the Broom Witch Academy, which is my online platform where I have online courses. So open studios, when I do an open studio, it is more of an opportunity for you to get a glimpse at broom making. You might pick up a tip or two or get inspired if you're already making brooms, but really to learn broom making, check links below or in the description about the Broom Witch Academy, and that will take you right through. The Broom Witch Academy is point of view, so you are looking at my hands from this way versus this way in the Broom Witch Academy, so that's a big difference. I do go through questions later and I answer what I can. So welcome to Scorpio. I am a Scorpio. 'Tis my season. And I'm always overthinking what I'm going to do, and I don't know what I'm going to do until I'm really doing it. So Scorpio is a water sign. It is a fixed water sign. So we're solid, we're steady, we're stubborn. And then I was thinking about the colors, and red is this big theme in for Scorpio, and that could be due to Mars. That's the original ruling planet is Mars, right? Action, warrior. I think Scorpios get a little bad rap for our sting. We'll talk a little bit later on to that. But there's also gold and purple, and when I was really thinking about it, I was like, well, water's blue, but it's always red, and I was really going with the purple because I'm not going to get political here, but I just say I'm purple. So yeah, it is a magical color, that purple. It's the combination of blue, the water, and red, the fire. So I think purple has a good accent of both. I do a lot of my own dyeing. And when I'm doing the dye batches, I'm usually dyeing about 17 inches of broomcorn because that's what fits in my pan. And I'm a horizontal dyer, not a vertical dyer. And when I'm doing it, I have all my broomcorn and then I put my tips in. I do have a dyeing course in the Broom Witch Academy. It was a plug, but it wasn't meant to be a plug. So yeah, if you want to learn to dye your own broomcorn. These are what I use for several different things, but what I'm going to do is we're going to make a turkey wing, and this is going to be inside everything. There's a table out there in that hot mess, but we're just going to use this and hope for the best. Okay. So I'm going to grab, very scientifically, do you like my new basket? Oh my God, it's so cute. I propped out 2 nutmeg, oh, how cute is that? Nutmeg Creations. I did have to put a bag in it so my broomcorn didn't fall off the bottom. Yes, I learned the hard way for that one. So I like a good handful. Yeah. That. So this has to be bigger. So here's the thing. I like numerology. Scorpio is associated with both 8 and 9. It is the 8th house. I usually give you some house information, but today my brain is just a fog. So we're going to make 8 sections for our turkey wing. I really wish I had my table. That's okay. I have a big thing over here. So we're going to make 8. Make a little grid pattern over here. 3, 4. Break this up. When you're doing evens, it's always easier. And they're like, what's up with the purple, Jen? We'll get to the purple. So this is a Zodiac inspired one. Scorpios, we like to think we're a bit mysterious. We don't like people to know about things about us. It's a weird thing. I think I'm a little bit more open. But still, I don't want you to know my inner workings. I don't know. I'm assuming that's just an everybody thing, but it could be a Scorpio thing in particular. So I thought I would tease the purple and have it be in the middle of each of these bundles. So it's something about the inner working. So I'm going to take the rubber band around the purple, and then I'm going to install it in right around it. So I'm right around. So I got my purple band in there. That way I put the elastic in there so it would not mush up with everything. Let me find another one. Yes, I'm from Rhode Island. I say elastic. Rubber band from all you other people. There is a wonderful broom maker out there that makes designs in here. And to think the rubber bands is how she gets it all done. She shows you a little bit online. That's her thing. And I appreciate that. All right. We're going to have a momentary delay because someone forgot to do their twine. That someone might be me. It has been a busy month. So the month of October, which is if you're watching this at a different time, well, you can imagine for a broom maker, be it they're witchy or not witchy, it is a busy month, the month of October. Everyone is looking for their brooms. I just came off a fabulous event, which was the Roseland. I keep on saying Roslyn on some platforms, but it's Roseland Cottage 43rd Annual Arts and Crafts Festival. It was a juried situation, and it was amazing, and I'm going to go back and back every year. So I use twine on these spindles or bobbins. I never get if they're a spindle or a bobbin, and then every once in a while I'll look it up and I'm like, okay, I'll remember that, and then I don't. So back in, look at the ghost spindle. Back in the day, I'm from New England, and we have a lot of mills around, and the mills would use these spindles, bobbins, and that's how they would do the weaving. So we can get a lot of these. So I usually can get them for a very good price. And then I have, once in a while, like an antique dealer, like, it's $10 each. And I'm like, okay, bye-bye. I will get them. Not that I don't want them to make a profit, but I know I can get better. Yeah, and I love using it. All right, I think that is good enough for what we are doing, which is a turkey wing. And let's just go down here. Boop. Keep my scissors where I can get them next. All right. So first section is about to start. If you've been watching, if this is the first time watching me, I work off of my lap or a table. And I keep this in my hands, my spindle. I do not never. It really depends on what I'm making, but for the most part, I don't work off the floor. I work palms width on this one. I use my hands. I don't do things with my feet. There's certain things I need huge tension with, and then I will admit I do it from my feet. 3, 4, so I'm counting off. 5, so 6, and then 7, because 8's going to be, I like to tighten. And that is my difference, is I like to tighten as I go and kind of knot it up, we'll say, versus work from the floor and keep constant tension. I just learned that way because it's kind of how I was taught. And then also how I adapted. Let me take these elastics off and reuse them for my next little bundles. I was like a busy mom when I learned broom making, and I needed to be able to stop at any time. I should have portioned up my purple. So when I was taught, they showed me this knot method. And then I really think I just adapted a lot of it. But if I was constant tension right now, I couldn't really be paying attention to you. Oh, yes, I could. But I could not be paying attention as good, or trying to figure out things with one hand or whatnot. There we go. So we got a purple hidden inside. I don't know how this is going to turn out. This is my first time doing it. It was just something I'd been thinking about, and then it really, I don't know how many of you are dreamers when you fix your problems in your dreams. That's me. I always leave a little string in there for not magic later on, wherever this goes to. They can cut it out or add some knots for string magic. So the first showing of this is in the Broom Closet. The Broom Closet is my private Facebook group, and we'll talk about it after I say. So we're going to go up, advance, I like about a thumb. 2, 3. So private group in Facebook. It's for people who are traditional broom enthusiasts, be it you are makers, you're learning to make, or you want to learn to make, or you're just a collector. Not just a collector. That came out. But a collector. So this will go live. Let me count. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 8 is the magic number. So when I tie off, that's my 8th band, if you would. Get to the front so we can advance up. So private Facebook group, I go live. When they watch this live and the replay, then I raffle this off, which is nice. And then someone gets a handmade broom. Go back into my purple. So I am liking how this is coming out. In my dream world, you know, is that moments between wake and sleep that you're just problem solving. The hymnology, there's a word for it. It's a good place to be in, apparently. It was black. I was doing black inside. But I think I will do more. So once when I get inspired to do one of these, then I usually do a lot more of something similar in that month. I'm really not loving that elastic. We're getting a new one. Ah, it's purple. That's perfect. Yeah, so I might do these in different colors. You just see it a little bit. I like it. And then I had a different version too in my head. It's going to be like a half and then a half. And that will be another time. If I keep on going as high as I am with the advancements, we are not going to get to 8, or we're not going to have a nice handle. So I got to lower my advancements. And I'm okay with imperfection, you know? I think I counted way too many times. I think I was going for my 8 when I should have been doing 3. Oh my God. And then I went backwards. I mess up sometimes, and it's okay. You're going to mess up sometimes, and it's okay. When you mess up on live TV, it's not live TV, it's Facebook and YouTube. And you got to know it's okay, even if you've been making brooms since 2009, you got to mess up sometimes. It's not that you messed up, you just have to know how to unmess up. Like, untie everything, start again. broom making, all arts and crafts, can be a good therapy for us ADHD people, us always on the go people, to learn to slow down. That's really hard, so hard. To slow down, take your time, and it's not about doing it right, but doing it as the best you can, I think. I did not do my elastic up there. Oh, yeah. Usually I have elastic around this hole. This is probably like a 3 elastic project. I'll talk about that in a moment, and I'll do it. All right, okay. That was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. I usually start these with an attention, with like putting in an intention, like nodding in, like my magic, if you would, my intentions. And I did not do that. If that is something that you want to do, or you think about putting in your bindings, right, how many bindings you want to go up, that is a good time also to put in your intentions. So I'm doing 8, right? That's my number. Okay, I'm just gonna hold that there for a moment. So is there 8 things I want to put in, right? So if I say the same 8 words or something each time, I'm a little bit more purple. It's like 6 strands, but it makes a huge difference. All right, 1, 2, let that tight in. Get my one around. So that was elastic number 1. Y'all gonna have to start saying elastic. Get that around. Tuck in my purple. Because it's a mystery broom. She's just mysterious. She doesn't want you to know what's inside of her. Elastic number 2. All right, so that holds that band in. See how that's kind of dividing. So that's the one I'm gonna put inside. So against the back versus being out. I mean, your choice. But my broom's a little bit more mysterious, so she's gonna tuck that in. You might want more of a peekaboo. That is up to you. I'm elastic everything together. All right, so I had my big ones, I was going up a thumb. Now I'm just going to go up to the top, like just a joint, a thumb joint. Okay. I think I'm going to do my intentions, my binding on the 3 that I do here. You don't know what they are. Okay, get that nice and tight. And that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Make sure everything is not falling. Sometimes you don't pay attention, all of a sudden the one that you just put on, the advancement you just put on, starts going way over there. So you just kind of give it a nudge. Get it back where it needs to go, over to the back. Now there is a good possibility I did wrong counting. So if you were counting and you're like, no, you're 1 short or you're 1 too much, don't tell me about it. I don't need to know. You know, I could count right now, but I'm not going to. Am I not thinking about how much I have to do or rush? I do need to be done by a certain time. Run to the bank. Mortgage is due. I have some cash I need to put in. All right. That's my ounce. I want purple. Let's take off your elastics first. And could the elastic stay in it? It could. Do I want them to? No. Do a little shake here. That's way too much, but we'll divide, I think, into 3 for the next ones. There, I have those ready. All right, got our purple. We did not put the elastic on. Slow your roll. Do it right. Now, after I do about a dozen of these, actually I probably still need the elastic. The outside elastics, like that one that's holding everything together, a lot of times I don't always need that. I just teach with that because I think it makes your life easier. And see where she peeks the boo out. She, I don't know, is she? And so then she goes face the peekaboo facing the back. Okay, do the advancement. Get myself some slack. Just a finger or thumb joint. Okay, so that was 1, 2. Buckle my shoe. 3, 4, 5. Too tight. I gotta get some slack out there. 6, 7. And our 8, and coming around to the front. And we repeat. This is exciting, isn't it? Okay. I don't want to give this one away. I will. So I'm just, yeah. You just see the little peaks, just a little. So now in doing this, you can make your insides. I lost some purple, it fell. This is what happens when you don't have your table. So, what was I gonna say? Could you make your insides thicker and your outsides less? Yes. Yes, you can do all that. I would say that my insides are about the size of a pencil. A skinny pencil. My outsides, the thickness of my thumb. Okay, see if I get a good peekaboo. I got my peekaboo, so that's what's going to go. Again, your peekaboo go that way. My peekaboo's going in. Lining up to the top. And just holding everything. I think I go back to 2009 and how he taught me, or when he was teaching me Charlie Martel. And I don't remember if, yeah, I remember we did some stuff from the floor, like to really tighten it, but then he would have me bring it back up and do the knotting there. And some of the bigger brooms, yes, I do work from the floor in that. But I think it was just, I started really doing more things up because of this constant, like, up and down. I didn't want it. And as I tell everyone, the biggest thing is just, doesn't matter kind of how you make it in a way, just as long as it's going to stay together. Even though this is more of a decorative or a Besom, an altar Besom, you know, sweeping sacred space. They could use it as a kitchen sweeper, like something for dusting and crumbing. You totally could, because there's only a little bit of color in it. If there's a lot of color, I do not like to use it for household use, because if you get it wet, it just can. That's all I'm going to say. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's my 8. Thank God. I might have twisted this a little too much, because I'm so strong. All right, so pros of doing it how I do it. I just like it better. Con is sometimes, so if I was just doing constant tension from the floor, I don't think, no, actually sometimes I find I do it. I sometimes just twist in my hands too much, and I get it twisted, and then I get it knotted, and then I have to fix it. But it's usually quite the easy fix. And then I say, if I was, you know, doing it from the floor, would it happen the whole time? And I want to feel like when I do larger brooms and I'm just doing tension all the time from the floor, it can happen too. So it could be just a me thing. It could be the nature of the beast. All right, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 advancements. We got 2 more to go. I'm glad I started going shorter. Like that first one, though, because it's curved, it's not like standing blindly obvious. But if I did that length for all of them, we'd probably be up to about here now. Okay, so let's take out our inside elastics. I lost one. No, I dropped my table. Okay, purple first. Skinny pencil. Skinny pencil. My smallest elastic. So if you were doing the Scorpio and your color choices was red, gold, I think brown too. Definitely red, definitely gold, and purple. Which one would you do inside? If you're Scorpio, right? If you're doing like that Scorpio energy, what pulls you? And let's add blue also to that from the water element. Remember, Scorpio is a fixed water sign. So when you think Scorpio, what colors do you think? And I'm also one that believes that go with your intuition too. Like, don't like, no, I really feel like Scorpios are orange. If there's a reason Scorpio is orange to you, go with it. There has to be a reason, because, and then that's your association. You don't always have to do what the books say. Well, what does it feel? So for the most part, I feel Scorpio is in that red because of desire. Scorpio is ruled by their parts and their digestion. But elimination places and their sexual parts. So there we go. So with that, you know, red, desire, I always felt that. But then I always, as I see Scorpio people, I feel that they have this, they're not usually blonde. They're usually like, there's this I don't think darkness to them, but you know, like they're darker hair and darker eyes. Not always. So I think of black too. So I'm on 2, 3, 4, 5. This can come up a little bit. Yeah. 6. That's our 7. I don't think that was our 7. I'm going to go with that's our 7. So there's higher forms of Scorpio. So Scorpio, you're like, oh, they're vengeful. They have these stingers. So there's actually, and I have not found this in other signs, but the next level of Scorpio is eagle. Sort of like an eagle, kind of all-knowing. You can see everything, which is a curse, let me tell you, when people don't see it and you're trying to explain this is how it is. But they're like, no, because they don't have that seeing ability. And then finally, I don't think I've ever got to the stage, or maybe I get to the stage and I go right back to the other stage, is Phoenix. Phoenix rising, right? That changing. So yes, I say my base level, like sometimes I go low, and that's where like that little Scorpio comes out. And then for the most time, I think I'm in the eagle range, you know, rising above, seeing everything. And then I do those moments of change, big change, and I guess that's where the Phoenix rising comes out. I don't know. I don't think I get there often. But yeah. But if you found another sign that kind of has like 3 different archetypes, let me know. I'm always willing to learn on that. I also like the black string. That gives me a little bit of eagle thought. All right, so I definitely have a peekaboo. That is going to go in my inside, facing into the broom. You could face it to the outside. This is a huge handle. I went big. So this is going to be my last, not my last advancement. I'm going to advance up the handle, but my last adding in advancement, if you would, adding in a section. Oh yeah, I'm setting intentions. And keep it low. I'll probably be able to fit 2 more advancements as I go up. 3. Okay. Nice and tight. Go to the bottom. Hello, I'm silent. You gotta remember to enjoy the quiet sometimes, and that I struggle with. All right, all of our sections are in. Oh, that's looking good. And you just see the little peekaboos. That little mystery. You get a little glimpse into the inner workings, but you don't get it all. Okay, I'm gonna take. Yeah, I said ow. You might have heard that. Do I have? I think some over there. Me too. Okay. All right, just checking for the handle. I could do a simple handle, but I'm going to do a little more. I am coming up higher with this advancement. remember the word 5 as I start talking. I don't think there is a wrong or right way for advancements as how high you go up or how you have them spread out. I think it's a personal choice. I'd like to be consistent just for the look of it. Oh, I wasn't ready for that. That's okay. That's fine. One more. But I like aesthetically it to be pleasing. But it doesn't have to be perfect. Sometimes it's nice to have a little imperfection, and sometimes I do something that not deliberate. Like if it's deliberate, is it an imperfection? Or if it happens and then I leave it, I'm like, yeah, I'm just gonna leave that. Then that's good. Like I like to leave those types of imperfections. All right. Am I going up to, well, I could go up 2 more. Or do I want to just go up 1 more? I think just 1 more. Okay. So I'm just going to put a loosey-goosey in there. Loosey-goosey. Thank you. Stay there for a second because I don't think what I have looking for. I just came off of a big event and a lot of stuff is missing from here, but I see it right there. So, but there's like cords and trip hazards between me and it. So wish me luck. Here we go. Okay. Gingerly, she walks and reaches and comes back. Okay. Ooh, I needed that too. I'll put a reminder. Jerk string. Luckily, those I keep everywhere. Stay. I bought some new handles. Trying out. You can do a nice, like, easy peasy little handle. And then sometimes I like nicer handles. I don't have trash up here. And this one's going to be a nicer one. Don't know where the ending is. There we go. Eyeballing what I want. Eyeballing. Not lose your scissors. Yeah, I talk to myself. Who doesn't? Little knots for my handles. What am I using? I don't know, some kind of faux leather. Comment if you want the link. Okay. Or maybe I'll just put the link in. But if I didn't put the link in, comment to remind me, and then I'm happy to do. So this is black. Usually I do a brown, but the brown is out there somewhere, and I'm not just going to go find it. All right, jerk string. Always forget my jerk, not always forget my jerk string. And what's nice with the elastic there, I'm gonna sneeze. Oh, bless me, for I have sneezed. All right, elastic is nice because then I can hold my jerk string. And then it can hold the top of my handle. And then I do not have to worry about it. Elastics just give you extra hands. Nothing wrong with extra hands. You know what I'm saying? You need extra hands sometimes. And it's okay. All right, I'm finding my handle a little long. Did I say these are backup glasses? They're wiggly. Okay. Decisions. Do I just go with the handle as it is and that be my little imperfection? Is that imperfection if the handle is just aesthetically longer than I want? I think it's actually going to all work out. I think I'm overthinking it. Let's tighten it. Give it a view. Okay, if I come up right about here for my cut, so you're not seeing how long my handle is. So, but if my top cut is here, then that's not really too long. Okay, just I'm getting over it. Making sure my handles are to the side. I've just put my finger all in there. Advancement. Okay. Okay. I'm feeling good. All right. So that was one. Look at this one piece of broom corn that's just outside of it. That one's gonna stay outside just for that loop. All right. 2. Overthinking. Sometimes I work like this, sometimes I work like that. It's really what I'm in the mood for, or what just happens, I guess. All right, I feel that is the end. We'll make our last tie. Make sure it's tight as can be. We'll do one more. Who says the top one cannot be thicker than the rest of the bands? Okay. Got my handles. Got my jerk string. Leaving enough for knot magic and a charm. Boop. Charms. I usually have a one picked out by now, but I knew all of these are Zodiacs, so there should be a Scorpio in there. Sometimes I have, oh, Capricorn, Gemini. Oh, I don't know why that got me excited. There was this Aries and it just got me excited. Libra. I'm tying it off without a charm. I can do that. Or I can wait. Anyway. All right, so we're going to move our elastic down. We're going to keep our jerk string in there. We're going to keep where we're going to put the charm for later. Oh, you know what I was going to look? No charm. Let's finish off the top. I have this cutter right here I could use, but no, I'm going to use these. And I'm going to put it on my leg to add to my bruise count. I'm just going to let these all fly. I'm going to let them fly. Sometimes I have an elastic on the top to catch them. And I'm not doing that today. My stubborn little Scorpio mind. I did a really thick handle. Little alligator bites. So stubborn Scorpio. Things they could have done is actually set their alarm earlier so they could have found a charm. They did not. Yes, I'm talking about myself in the day. They could have moved stuff and just used a big cutter. But I like doing this because I just like adding to the bruise count. Okay. We don't really need to hold that, do we? I could have used it. Boop. There's this one little one. All right. So here it is, without a charm, but it's still charming. What do you think? All right. So if you like this, my friends, once a month I do the Zodiac themed hand broom. If you're watching it in the broom closet, which is my private Facebook group, link in the description if you're watching on YouTube, this will be given away. There will be a drawing in about a week from me releasing it. There will be a drawing on that. If you are looking to learn to make brooms, you would like to take a course, then look at the links below for the Broom Witch Academy. Subscribe, follow, all that great jazz. Find me on YouTube and Instagram. Thank you for